And we have returned with America's A for Dota 2 qualifiers, and it's gonna be a hell of a second series of today. We gotta get Ecuador versus Costa Rica, Black, two of the nations that don't always make a statement on the international Dota 2 stage, but we are ready to see them make their debut on stream today.
Yeah, and see what they got to offer, because I'm not going to be completely honest, I don't know too much about them.
Well, I don't know anything about Costa Rican squad.
Pretty much, we're pretty much in the same boat there. Same with Ecuador, though. I'm not too sure how good they are, what sort of play styles they have, what kind of drafting styles they have.
Well, no I can tell you a little bit.
Okay. I'm ready to hear it. Wait.
I'm gonna go on a limb and actually argue the fact that Ecuador is one of the favorites of this qualifier. I would even risk it and say that they're probably some of their players, maybe let's not put them all on blast, some of the players are probably better than the United States squad. I think Ecuador has at least two players that are incredible in Sebas and Slade. I've had the pleasure of covering them a little bit. Dynamo, not so much. I believe I've seen one of his games, but Sebas and Slade are unbelievable players for both the respective squads. I don't know anything about ZP Epi. I don't know anything about Reason. So there's only so much you can do, right? We saw in the European qualifiers, Mind Control doing his best, but Bulgaria didn't manage to qualify in the end. So if the other three pieces alongside Sebas and Slade are remotely half as good as these two, I think Ecuador has a huge chance of taking one of the top two slots.
So you're telling me, are Sebas and Sladin the supports?
I believe Slade is a position 4, if I'm not wrong. And Slade is also a support, yes.
So,
but they're
of course,
incredible.
Supports
no,
again.
What am I talking? No, Sebas is a mid laner. No. Sebas is definitely a mid laner.
Oh, Sebas is a mid laner? Okay, I was going to say, are we just going to have insane supports again?
No, Sebas is mid. Sebas played mid at least for a couple of months since spring. That's when I've covered his games. And he's been constantly good. He played in a team with HFN, Oscar, Demon, the Peruvian Demon. And in the end, he got replaced, I believe, by 4DR. They're going for a more Brazilian roster over a no ping, but he was not an issue in that squad. I'm just gonna say that much.
Okay, let's see what they got to offer then. So in your book, Ecuador is gonna take it?
I think it should be a walk in the park. I'm gonna go. I'm saying I think Ecuador could get first place in this qualifier. For me, it's between them and Mexico. Genuinely.
Right, so you don't even think the United States are in the top 2?
I would like to be proven wrong, because United States have a lot of what would you call them, experienced players. Of course, Monkeys Forever has been playing Dota for a long time. Albino Zebra, I'm a big fan of him. I just haven't seen Double King RCY, maybe even Flea, perform to a tier 2, tier 3 level in recent memory. Whereas for Ecuador, like I said, they've got 2 players in that realm. Mexico, 9 plays for San King Gomez, who is a very inconsistent team, but when they're consistent, they're playing very, very well. And Mexico's been playing a lot better Dota, I would say, over the last year and a half. Their local scene has had a bit of a resurgence, or not even a resurgence, a surgence, because I don't think we've ever had Mexico on the international Dota 2 stage either. So yeah, I'm saying United States could get one of the top 2 slots, but I'm personally favoring Mexico and Ecuador.
Okay. I wasn't sure really where to go with my prediction, but I'm just gonna trust you, because you seem to know quite a bit more about these players and teams than I do.
I'm gonna put it out there. The only question mark for Mexico, I believe their captain has had a hiatus from Dota for about 4 years. So that is a big asterisk. His captain, not the coach. So he's in the team. That's one of the things How good is he after such a long break?
Who's that?
I believe that is Frit or Ifrit.
Oh, wait. I definitely... No, wow, it's the same guy? I played with him in pubs back when I was in South America for sure. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah. So he used to be pretty good at Dota, but again, a 3.5-4 year hiatus is nothing that you can easily overlook, right? That's a big thing. We saw Bold 7 for the Romanian squad in the European qualifier play 2 games and then got swapped out for a different player because he wasn't quite gelling with the new blood. In the end, Romania didn't do anything either. So maybe Mexico with him can be a bit more successful than that.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see who the top 2 are going to be. Obviously, it's a bigger group, so lots more games to be played there. I wonder if they're going to stray away from the meta at all, or if the great trickling is also happening here or not.
Well, we have yet to get a Darkseer or a Beastmaster in either of our games.
I'm so surprised. Why is nobody first picking Beastmaster? Yeah, I think it's literally the strongest hero in Dota.
They've been banning it a little bit, but not as much as I believe the hero should be banned. So that's something to be quite concerned. And, you know, Costa Rica, man, I'm looking at like their players, and I'm so confused. There's nobody I recognize, but I can tell you that at least one of their players is top 1,000 on Americas.
Okay, and the rest is below that?
Okay, I'm not ChatGPT. Give me a second. I'm looking it up, bro.
All right, I'm sorry.
I'm
expecting performance here.
Okay. You are the color caster.
That's
Shiri is doing better. So they've got one of the players is 700, one is 422. That's pretty good. I know NA MMR is a bit different than European one, and their support is 1500. So they have at least 3 players which are decently high in MMR.
Okay, now Ecuador.
I've talked to you about Ecuador. I told you about their players.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to know the ranking.
Okay, bro. MMR is just a number. Come on.
That is true. I mean, even Danny said so. And I said so too. Alright, Beastmaster is not banned yet.
Neither is Darkseer. Neither is Darkseer. But I like the Tiny ban. At least someone didn't forget about the Tiny. We were wondering why is nobody...
They didn't even pick it in 3 games.
Not picked, not banned.
Same with the Beastmaster.
Yeah. At least
pick
the Beast got banned.
Beastmaster, please. Alright, okay. Honestly, Jakiro, I can kind of get behind that. Yeah, those 2 supports are kind of crazy.
For back-to-back hero games, that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about this hero right now. I don't know what else would, as he is.
10 seconds remaining.
Today. That is my question right now.
It kind of feels like a Rubik where you don't want to ban it, and it just feels good to pick. So we're probably going to see it every game.
Yeah, I don't expect anybody to ban it.
Who'd want to ban Jakiro? I mean, they banned like 2 or 3 supports on Ecuador's side. So
now Ember Spirit Phoenix stands from Ecuador and Costa Rica. They will be the ones to have the first ban into the second phase black. And Beast and Darkseer are still there. You ban one? You take one. I think at this point, maybe banning Beast and taking Seer makes more sense. You get Vacuum into Bushwhack. Please?
Could work, but then again, Beastmaster is just a free roar. The lane is insane as well.
Durslane's dead.
The Beastmaster! I mean, that's an indicator they want to pick Beastmaster, because Ursa's very good against Beast.
True. Deals quite well with it. Brewmaster's also good, but they banned it themselves, so that's not going to be one of the options available here.
10 seconds remaining.
Tick tock. Time is ticking. I don't know why you don't see any Beastmaster. Come on. Now, if they don't want to go for Beastmaster, what else is there? I mean, Hoodwink lanes well with anything, really. Venomancer this early? Jeez. I want to see Storm for Ecuador.
Why Veno though?
Don't know. It doesn't really counter anything yet. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see what these teams got to offer, you know, in terms of draft and metagame.
5 seconds
Because,
remaining.
let's be real, this is very out there.
I mean, Venom is being played a little bit, but would I prioritize it as much? I wouldn't say so.
Radiant team pick.
Going for a Venom so early was when there's, again, all of the other options still available that we've mentioned 75 times already.
Is your favorite number 75?
No, I don't think so. Why?
Remaining.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, it's just it's a pretty random number to say.
5 seconds remaining.
I like it though.
Thank you. Pangolier, though, that's a much safer pick from Ecuador than Venomancer, and also Pango is like such a great hero of killing these squishy heroes such as the Hoodwink and Venomancer, especially with the new Echo Saber build. You just die to him. I mean, there's not much else you can say about that. And now the Snapfire, another nice addition, one of these A+ tier heroes in the meta that teams both Argentina and Brazil stayed away from.
Yeah,
Looking
and now
pretty
you
good.
pick Patch Omni Knight.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay. For Costa Rica.
5
Yeah,
seconds
and then you have Venom
remaining.
Patch Omni Knight, and you're like, why did we pick that? And then they start winning, and you're like, oh, that's why.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Pudge is a Snapfire counter. Just saying. Pudge is a Snapfire counter.
Dire team pick.
Ah. Okay, so
He's still Underlord.
this draft is so out there, man. I like it though. I mean, Venom 5 is strong. Hoodwink Underlord is strong. So the
But
draft
they
is coming
still
together.
have Beast Force here.
10 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
Like I like the fact that he's an aura builder, which
5
No.
seconds remaining.
go. Like
Radiant
what does
team pick.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Acting with it or more?
Well, I'm not sure, honestly. I mean, Underlord is pretty good against Pangolier though. The pit can be
10
annoying.
seconds remaining.
Wind Ranger's also great versus Pangolier. Just
Yeah.
focus
5
fire
seconds
down
remaining.
while people thundering away. And I assume this is very high. There's highly probability this might be a position 1 Wind Ranger, and we might see a overall last pick mid lane from Costa Rica. But Ecuador can do a lot of things here. They could flex Pango off lane, snap mid. They can go Pango mid, snap off. They could go Pango off, something else mid, and snap support.
Radiant team back.
Yeah, lots of options there. Chaos Knight, and the hero basically counters the entire draft of Costa Rica.
Really? You think CK versus Wind Ranger works out fine?
Yeah, it's not bad, especially now with the build up into Orchid
True.
and
Yeah,
then
that makes sense.
Bloodthorn
10
after.
seconds remaining.
The lane could be tough though against
5
Underlord
seconds
Hoodwink.
remaining. Dire team back.
Yeah, it's not an easy one. Even if you put Hoodwink 5 for some reason and you have Veno Underlord, it's still very annoying to harass the CK out of the lane. Ooh. I mean, this is going to be very out there, Black. But what about a Costa Rica
seconds
Wind Ranger mid and a Terrorblade safe lane?
5 seconds remaining.
Terrorblade.
It's very out there, I know.
Yeah, I mean it could be an option.
Dire team
But against
back.
CK, I want them to pick a hero that really counters the CK. An
You don't think
illusion
TB does that?
clearer.
Okay, so you want a Gyro or a Sven-like hero, right?
Something
Radiant
like that,
team
yeah.
back.
Or if they decide to put the Wind Ranger carry, mid heroes that can work.
What about the DK with the cleave? We saw it banned first every single game in the first series of the day right now, uncontested. A DK cleave?
I think it can work, yeah.
You get Dragon Tail on the Pangolier, you stop the Snapfire, you deal with the CK illusions, now the Gyro's eliminated.
I'm never gonna say no to Dragon Knight if anybody suggests that.
Whoa! Insta-lose hero? Poggers?
Dawnbreaker.
Black. Beastmaster was still available.
Yeah,
10 seconds
but
remaining.
doesn't have a hammer.
He's got 2 axes, who
5
cares?
seconds remaining.
Doesn't have the nice shiny hair though.
I don't know what this is. I genuinely don't. Dawnbreaker and now Timbersaw.
Hero.
It's a pretty good pick. I assume Timbersaw mid, most likely for Ryu.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah. 4-3-3 will play the safe lane Wind Ranger. That's fine. That's a good draft from Costa Rica, honestly. This is not bad at all. Sebas on the Pangolier will have to take over the game, but can you do that when you're versus a Timbersaw? Big question marks there for me, actually.
The lane shouldn't be hard for Pango. I think they both just free farm. But then who makes the better rotations is really the question that's left to be answered. Oh no, of course, I know Sladin. Yeah. Of course I know him. Didn't know about Sebas though. It's a pretty badass name. I like it.
That's a great name. I agree. I don't know what the Dawnbreaker pick is. If it wasn't for the Dawnbreaker, I would have said Ecuador all the way. It's just we've had very few Dawnbreaker games since the hero, since the 7.3.6 patch. And every single time we had her, we're like, oh yeah, in theory, you get vision during the day. It should be fine. The hero never does anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, oftentimes it doesn't. But I really feel like it's because people refuse to build BKB.
Okay.
Like, they go to Desolator and Echo Saber and then Shard and then AC. Where is the damn BKB? Because that's the item that actually enables you to stay in fights and hit people. Like, your third spell, the heal, is ridiculous. And the sustain you give to yourself and your teammates can be insane. So I really hope we just see a BKB. That's all we need. BKB.
A Black King Bar. It's in the name of your caster, guys. We got black here. We build the Black King Bar. I'm not. I don't know. I'm still. Fine. I'm taking Ecuador. Well, what about you, Black?
What do you mean you're taking Ecuador? As if you were ever gonna go the other way. Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's a Dawnbreaker, bro. I'm just saying, this hero hasn't been winning at all, and I don't really...
No. It's a Dawnbreaker that will be BKB.
Yeah, but like, there's a counter to Dawnbreaker, right? You're trying to go global, and then you instantly get a Fiend's Gate there to stop it. That's why I just don't really understand why we've seen this as the last pick.
Boom. Oi. Well, they're getting wrecked right now.
Dynamo is going to be the first to fall, and Slade will follow as... will fall
30 seconds to go.
starting to Hero Snap Pango. Why are you going for a level 1 contest? I don't know. It's a question for someone that's not me.
I'm not sure, and Pangolier wasn't even going there. Sebas probably was like, what are you guys doing there? That's a terrible call, guys. And then he just didn't come.
You know what? I would love to be proven wrong, and Costa Rica is actually the strongest team in the qualifier if you put first without losing the thing.
That would be pretty epic.
I would love that. I think Costa Rica is a country that definitely deserves some love. And with the representative of the World Esports Championships, I think it might just be what the future grassroots of esports for this country might need.
I agree with that. On a side note, though, what is that Pango in it? What does random item and ability effects of enemies near Pangoli have a reduced chance to affect him mean?
Oh, the innate ability, you mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were asking me.
That's right. So if you orchid him, there's a 40% chance it doesn't orchid him, or what?
Has a reduced chance.
What does that mean? If somebody has a 10% chance to like bash you, then it's only a 6% chance to bash you?
Basically, yeah.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna tell you this as Chuleta disguise. There is a phenomenal Pangolier support build.
Okay.
And that is the other facet. The other facet is wait, what? Is it being true? Wait, what is it? You know what? I'll actually look about this later, and I'll tell you this was a second map. Because I think it might have been changed, and my support build is no longer available.
Okay. I'll be eagerly awaiting your revised comment.
Ooh,
As Shuleta goes down again, which means no TP for you for a good minute.
back-to-back death in a romance. I'm gonna say it, and it's not the worst thing. You're a Venom. You're a walking, talking Gale. You show up the lane, you kill someone, you die, you reset, you do the same. It's not that costly. As long as this Wind Ranger is gonna have a good lane and farm, that's fine.
I think we spotted the Venom hater here.
No, I'm a Venom player. That's what I do.
Do you actually like the hero?
Yeah, I don't think I'm very good at it. But, you know, you can't.
Is that why you say you are walking Gale?
Yeah, no, I'm realistic. I'm a pretty realistic person.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm trying my best to use it with Venom, but it's not, you know. Speaking of I don't know why Thor just doesn't turn around and whack Dynamo, because I think he would have won that exchange, but maybe didn't want to tank too much of the creep wave. The Healing Lotus will be in the fight with Hero. As I'm curious how the last like.
Pretty good for the Dire. But yeah, we already know Sebas is probably the best player on the server, right?
I don't want to jinx it. You know, me and Caster Cursing are like yin and yang.
Well, as I said, I believe you. I trust you.
But I'd say so. I'd argue that probably Sebas is, yeah. Although Ryu does ring a bell to me, it's just, if it's the Ryu that I know, he's also very, very good. I just never thought that Ryu is Costa Rican. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
Again, it's a nation, it's a country that I haven't heard a lot about, at least in a DOTA context. So
Like
we will have to see what they can bring to the table with this Venomancer.
Like, I definitely know a player that is named Ryu. I just don't think it's him. Could be.
Do I know one? I'd have to think a bit more about it. No, I don't think I do. I'm a bit scared already for the Venomancer.
No, the Ryu I know is Peruvian, so it's not the same, unless...
Alright, fair.
Anyhow, we have a bit of a break here, you know, putting the feet off the gas for a second. Very curiously, the most networked is actually ZPP on the Dawnbreaker. And what is the build-up you think we're going to see on him as he disconnects, as we talk about him? Are we going to go for the auras, which is what he's currently queuing, or is he going to go for the slightly greedier build?
I hope auras, just cause Dawnbreaker, as I said, it's kind of a trap building him into like a DPS sort of offlaner, because it's generally not your job as an offlaner anyway. You're supposed to tank, you're supposed to empower your teammates, you're supposed to help them sustain themselves. You're not, the carry. I feel like a lot of offlaners just go for a carry build on the hero and they completely forget their role. So I really like this, what I see queued up right now.
Yeah. Same here.
In mid lane, as I said before, we have to wait until we see level 6. Then we also have to see who does the better rotation. It could be Pangoli as well. TPing in timely, bursting hero too. Could net him a big early advantage. But generally, it's much easier to rotate as a Pangolier.
I'm wondering if we're gonna get these. Lately, the problem has been that Pangos mid just don't win as much as Pangos offlane. Even last series, we had a Pangolier offlane that actually won. So I'm curious to see how he's gonna fare this time around in mid. Of course, it's Sebas. It's the one that we expect to put up great numbers, but maybe that's what's gonna be, at his detriment. Maybe Costa Rica is aware of that, and they might be going for, prioritizing and trying to put a lot of pressure on him, apply, squeeze him out of his comfort positions.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, especially in a BO3 with limited information. Probably things are going to change in Game 2 for both teams. I don't think we're going to see this Venomancer anymore.
I don't think so.
Probably. It's 0-3 already. He's not having a great time. I said, look at Jakiro, he's having an even worse time.
Well, there's a reason why he's having a bad time, and that reason is because he is playing versus Fudui, which is very annoying. He harasses the living hell out of everybody. And then, it's a Underlord. When you go next to him to throw a Dual Breath on top of him, it happens exactly what we see right now. It's the Firestorm dropping from the skies on top of you, so you just get equally traded damage, but your support that needs to reinvest heals.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. How's our boy Sebas doing?
Reason is definitely overstepping. I just said that he's doing bad because he knows how hard this lane is, but he was gonna get confident enough to go sacrifice himself, but at least get the kill onto the opponent offlaner. So Reason stepping up.
Yeah, nice little gameplay there. How is our Chaos Knight doing? Going threats first. Wow, no armlet even? Just straight into the Orchid, huh? I would be very surprised if he goes through with this quick buy.
Maybe feels like he really needs to get it early. Oh, what a hit of Malefice. Very good. Shiri tries to create some separation, but I think Dynamo will get on top of him most certainly. Maybe the evasion is not gonna help him actually, as the crit comes in. And Reason is getting away. Thorai very slow. Slade falls to Shileta, finally getting something on the Venomancer up top, but Dynamo continues with this perpetual harassment. Another crit on top of Thorai, but the Reality Rift is on cooldown for another 12 seconds, and Dynamo will fall back. Fine.
Now he's taking a lot of damage though. Current health, no recovery anymore. He has a Tango, or Sladen is coming in.
Dynamo with the continuous pump faking of Reality Rift. One of my duos, actually, one of my best friends, he plays CK and loves spamming Reality Rift. Slade, great rotation here. It's gonna be a 1-for-1, but again, support for offlane. Favorable trade for Ecuador. And this is, Slade died top to the Venomancer, but said, no, never mind. I'm just gonna go bottom and enable my safe lane even better.
Yeah, it's really, really important to give CK... Oh!
Radiant's middle
good
tower
time
is
in
under
this game.
attack.
He actually missed a scatter blast. Interesting. Made up for it though. Good mana calculation.
Sebas got the Invis rune just from under the nose of Ryu. And now Ryu is gonna go up and actually get the blood bounty rune to fill up his bottle. So both mid laners more than happy with what is ensuing at minute 6. Power rune. ZPP, since Snap left the lane, took a bit of damage, but with the raindrops and double bracer, should be more than tanky to survive any potential attempts from 4-3-3.
Yeah, Wind Ranger, I mean, doesn't really deal a lot of damage anyway, right? Until you get your Maelstrom. Has threats now, so there's a decent amount of damage output, but nothing to write home about.
Oh, look at Shuleta. Shuleta's also fighting ZPP for the Wisdom Rune, but it's gonna be success.
Sebas, man.
Success for both of the Ecuadorian attempts right now, as we're still following the top left action while Sebas is cleaning house up on the Pangolier.
Okay. Yeah, he's making it look easy. Sebas is owning. Nice ability, by the way. Yeah. I've looked to why this is even a facet.
Yeah, I feel like it should be like a shard. I feel like it should be a shard or something.
I mean, it used to be the Aghanim.
Well, it was a
controlled.
It used to be a controlled chakram, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I just feel like getting it for free at level 6 is a little too strong.
Yeah, I think shard. I think shard should be fine. Because you don't play support Timbersaw, so you're never gonna get it from the Tormentor anyway, right? So it will be like one of those decision-making you have to do. You know, you gotta commit 1400 gold to get it at minute 15, but that might slow out the timing of your either items.
Yeah, you say that, but people actually really like the flamethrower. So
yeah, maybe make flamethrower. Maybe flamethrower level 15 talent or 20.
That would be fun, for sure.
Like level 20 talent, you get Twisted Chakram cooldown reduction or enable flamethrower.
At level 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think level 15 would be a bit too soon, right?
Yeah, I mean, just don't give him a double chakram that early, and I'm happy already. I feel like being allowed to double the damage output for free is crazy.
ZPP, wait, don't worry guys, he's got a surge. No, he doesn't, he's a Dawnbreaker. Augurs. Anyway, Sebas coming in for the trade kills with the Rolling Thunder. Meanwhile, down bottom, Dynamo is pressuring the tower, but there's double TPs coming for it. Can they get on top of the CK? No, they can't. Hit of Malice. Hit of Malice. Okay, Chakra coming in. Phantasm. Bushwhack connects pitch perfect, and in the end, favorable kills for Costa Rica.
Yeah, still no network fleet though. Thanks, Sebas.
Nice turnaround from Slade. Oh, the damage is there, but they're not connecting with every single one of them. And now Sharpshooter long range. On top of Slade, he does have the kisses though. They just need a bit of stun. And that is one aspect of this Ecuadorian lineup that kind of lacks. Dawnbreaker doesn't have any reliable stun. And they will probably kill Shuleta here, but it's a Venomancer. Like I said, it's not the biggest loss for CRC.
Yeah, fight is going on. Shiri's taking a lot of damage. He is also out.
Ryu is very nice trying to get out of there, but it's not gonna be enough. He did his best. It looked kind of flashy, but you know, Pangolier just sucks as a hero, so it ruins all the fun in the game.
Says the disruptor player.
Touche.
You know, support some of the most annoying heroes in all of those. I feel support players have no right to complain.
What do you mean? You're an anti-mage player, bro. Stop.
Wow, I thought I was getting... Whoa, that's too tanky off
Guys? I don't know what that was. Okay, Ryu probably called that because he felt like he was strong enough and they will get one in exchange, but Thorai, back-to-back deaths for the offlane Underlord is going to halt his progress considerably. As Costa Rica feel like they're doing 2 good steps and then a couple missteps, and it's kind of consistent with that inconsistency from them.
Well, at least the Wind Ranger is having a great game, right? She's the big damage they have. So Maelstrom is up already.
She even has a higher level than the Timbersaw Black. That is kind of impressive because Rio has had a really good game.
Yeah, well, she got the first 2 kills, you know, the first part and another kill, so her early game was perfect.
That is true.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, they're looking for runes. Sebastian to be careful he doesn't die here. It's very tanky though. 1750 health. And an amplified damage rune. That's gonna be very scary.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's a Dawnbreaker's going full aura. I like that a lot. Jakiro's also going support, not Aghanim Scepter, like you see a lot in pop games. I really like what I'm seeing from Ecuador. I gotta say, I'm very surprised that Costa Rica is actually, you know, keeping pace. I thought it would be very one-sided.
I don't know what the Finskit's been here about up top, but they've used it.
Interesting. Yeah, just teleport around a bit.
There's a smoke up, and it's gonna be the Pangolier. It's Slade and Sebas trying to find something, and they're gonna find Shiri. That's not the biggest kill that they could get, but there's gonna be a good one nonetheless. Shiri has an ATOS, and now it's gonna create enough separation with the Sharpshooter to jump to the low ground. And the amplified damage rotate from the Pangolier might not be enough. Beautiful kisses coming in. Those are not kisses, those are meteors flying in as 4-3-3 most likely get caught by Dynamo, Rolling Thunder, and yes, the Hoodwink survived, but at what cost? The biggest of costs.
The biggest of costs indeed. The Wind Ranger really needs that BKB. On here at Wind Ranger, every death hurts so much because you don't have any flash farm abilities. If he's not careful, or Underdog might just get completely blown up here.
The damage is there, the supports are nearby, but the Dawnbreaker flying in, coming on top of Thorai, which is gonna grant him a 5th death in this first 14 minutes of game number 1, Black. And yeah, this Underlord doesn't have a game yet.
Yeah, we've seen and said that about many Underlords, unfortunately. Always comes the same story. You lose lane, or don't do so well in lane, and they try to catch back up, but they keep dying because they don't really offer a whole lot. At least this early on. So it's gonna be tough for them to get back into the game.
When are you gonna get your pilot license? Are you gonna get like a picture of Gyrocopter next to you while you dry the plane, Black?
Well, I hope I'm not gonna be as crazy as Gyrocopter on that thing. Some barrel rolls. No, but you know what the plan is?
What's the plan? Other than flying me out.
Yeah, I kind of wanna. I don't know how many people, maybe 5, 6. You know, some of the DOTA talents, which take like a little cruise tour. That sounds super fun.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and of course you guys all have to trust me with your lives. I don't know how amazing that sounds, but.
I would trust you. Like, we talked about this 100%.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm a very trustworthy person too. Like, if I say something, that's definitely, you know, what happens.
Yeah, when is the last time a German was a pilot?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Neither do I. I don't know.
Does Germany have pilots?
I don't study history, bro.
Same. And even then, in Germany, they would just teach you German history.
That is what then does that means you should anyway. Anyhow, Shiri has had this ATOS for the Hoodwink for a hot minute now. We saw it earlier in his escape attempt, but you know, the Wind Ranger just not managing to get any kills involvement since she has the Maelstrom has actually kind of been awful for them. And now look at the sentry ward. Scout's not a sentry, but it's not going to be in range of the observer. It's just the very edge of the river. So great placement from the supports of Ecuador. And now we have TPs. They want to maybe fight? No, it's only Slade there. It's fine. No, Sebas is here as well. Blink in. Is going for it. He needs some follow-up. Where is the rest of the team? Timbersoul's coming a bit onto Reason. The heal from the Solar Guardian. There's a lot of back and forth in this team fight, and I think Thorite might be on the receiving end of all the damage that's being split up. 1-for-1 again. No, what? Why is... Okay, no. I was about to say, why is the Venom there? Maybe he can save the Underlord. In the end, it ended up being Shuleta just dying for no reason.
Yeah, Pangolier is slapping real hard with the damage. And the armor reduction is also no joke. Sebas is playing really well. And it's starting to look more and more one-sided 4K lead now. It's not the biggest lead, of course, but they're steadily expanding on it. Can Timbersoul solo carry this game? This time, actually, I would say no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. You get Chaos Bolt, Reality Rift, Ice Path, and you're done. So I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of damage, a lot of magical, physical reduction as well from the Ecuadorian side, and in a really strange way, Shiri on the Hoodwink is kind of the potential saving grace that could kite Ecuador long enough if you can get the Gleipnir in the next 5 minutes or so. You know, Hoodwink, just play it as a rat, cut the wave, farm, try to allow for your Wind Ranger to get some pickoffs around the map. It's very hard.
Yeah, very difficult indeed. The lineup is very flimsy, as we said in the draft. And you can't really afford too many mistakes. This next smoke up here, if it doesn't result into anything good. Oh, you gotta be careful. Oh,
nice toss. Oh, the Timbersaw Hoodwink interaction doesn't look best, but Shuleta still dies in the river. He was rotating up top without the smoke of the team, so he will be on the receiving end of a trade from Ecuador, but still, big kill on ZPP.
Indeed. I'm surprised he wasn't a little bit more tanky, to be honest, but Dawnbreaker innately is not crazy tanky to begin with. The stats gained actually isn't bad, 3.4 strength, but it's not like it's insane like Centaur. We see the smoke from Sebas again. He has a harpoon already.
Wait, what are you saying? The Dawnbreaker is not a good hero? Wow. Blink, it's only gonna be a Hoodwink. He's gonna get pulled in. It's gonna allow Dynamo to actually get the kill. Still a lot of stuff invested there, including the Rolling Thunder, so that's gonna be a minute and a half, potentially a minute when Hoodwink gets back from Costa Rica, that they could maybe go for a sneak Roche play or a pickoff. As I say that, they're gonna actually kill Torai again.
Make it very easy. I feel bad for the Underlord.
So do I.
Just doesn't have any game, and how does he come back into the game? Almost has a pipe completed at least, but
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, you give your teammates some mitigation at least. And you yourself just look like an absolute non-factor.
And now the rotation back to mid, pitch perfect, catching two heroes. The focus fire will kill the Jakiro, but at what cost? Because it might just be everybody else in your team. 4-3-3, no focus fire, has to use the BKB, tries to run away. Shuleta will follow in the afterlife, and now Shackle, power shot, there's obnoxious blade damage, but that's it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's about the extent of the draft, right? They don't have too many options. Like, after Timber's dead, where's the damage gonna come from? Wind Ranger, yeah, okay. But you're playing into so many problems, like ATOS kite you, CK kite you. There's random ice paths that will kite you. Let's not even talk about Pangolier. It's not an easy Wind Ranger game. Go for LinkedIn's next, actually.
Dire's top tower.
Very interesting. I'm not entirely sure why he's gonna go to Lincoln's. I think I'd like
For the
either more
Pango?
damage, no, the Rift Ranger.
Oh, it's the Reality Rift. It's probably the main way of them getting on top of her. Or the Orchid, I guess. And you know, Lincoln's, you get Ultimate Orb, and that's a lot of stats. She's a universal hero. It will give her some extra damage, but yeah, Costa Rica, they are not looking in a good position right now, as I think they should be the ones having the net worth lead at this moment in time if they want a chance to win this game. And when you're 8k behind almost, playing into an Aegis and an amplified damage on a very fed Pangolier, it's gonna be a rough one. Sebas is 9-0-8, by the way.
And he's gonna stay 9-0-8 for a long time. Maybe, you know, upgrade his score a little bit.
Yeah, I think he'll go like 12-0-10 or something, not 9-0-8, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got the
Imagine if he had
script,
that
like...
amplified damage during the team fight though. He would just like 2-tap the Venom.
Yeah, this Veno and this Underlord have definitely not been the heroes that Costa Rica would have wanted for them up until this moment in time, but there's still a while to play. A little bit more things, maybe a couple more teamfights attempts from their side to, you know, showcase what they had in mind with these two heroes.
Yeah, doesn't really look like it at all. They're supposed to be in a good position now, have quite a bit of a lead, because they really shine in the early and early mid game. In this late game scenario, CK is going to be way too strong for you.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sebas is dead, bro. He's dead.
Oh, what's he doing up there?
Well, I actually have a different question. Why did CK take the Aegis and not the Pangolier?
Not sure.
But, you know, that is a mistake that they get punished for, which I think is good for Costa Rica. You see an opportunity, why not take it, right?
Yeah, just overall, they haven't been playing poorly at all. Just Ecuador seems to be a little bit ahead. I could definitely see Costa Rica even being a contender in this group. They're playing a lot better than I thought.
It's the Veno Underlord. It's like two heroes that have done basically nothing. Other than that Pit of Malice just now, which allowed perfect chain stun on Sebas. This Underlord hasn't provided anything thus far. And the Veno, maybe even less.
Yeah, you're not wrong, unfortunately.
And it's not necessarily a player thing, it's just the nature of the heroes. Like, Underlord needs a lot to keep himself up in the game. And then Veno is, like I said, it's a walking noxious plague, like the Gale.
Yeah, not the best heroes. I mean, they are not being picked a lot for a reason, right?
And the reason being, they're just not that good. Where's our Beastmasters?
I don't know. For some reason, they picked both Dawnbreaker and Underlord without the Beast. I mean,
Yeah,
blasphemy. That's how I describe this. Blasphemous.
That is kind of silly, isn't it? Why make everything so hard if you could just make it easy?
Well, Dynamo right now is knocking at that tier 2 top. He has another 2 minutes of the Aegis. Shuleta's trying to get his level 10. Then one of these heroes that doesn't need any items, he just needs levels. The more he gets, the better. Level 12 would be a great upgrade for the Noxious Plague, but that feels quite a way off for him as he's not even 10 just yet. But the Hoodwink has the tools. He's got the Shard, he's got the Gleipnir, he's building a Crystal, is not that far from it. And if Shiri can stay alive in team fights, especially as he's going to get level 15 with a couple more Acorn shots, bounces, it's going to look pretty solid for him. But we now have a Solar Guardian in mid, and who are they going to catch? They're not going to catch anybody. It's the Shackle Shot. It's pitch perfect, and they're just melting. So Sebas is trying to roll away. The BKB runs out, and the damage from the Wind Ranger is not going to come in time. She does get chain stun and killed as Sebas still up to the task. There's a full team wipe for Ecuador that put up the dot on the I. That was a nice attempt. Nice attempt from Costa Rica, but it might just be too late. They're playing from too far behind already.
Yeah, five kills like that is probably too much to handle at this point. It's a little bit of a shame because the early game actually looked really nice, especially that first blood. Makes you wonder though, how would the game have gone if that didn't happen, right? They start with 4 kills. But that's a big impact of gold.
True.
They started the game with 1k advantage, I believe.
Did you see how Sebas played that, by the way, at the very edge of the hero? I thought he was dead like 3 times there, but he knows the limits of his hero so well that he went in, around again, and then back in to complete that team fight. That was very nice. Ended up not dying at all, actually.
What do you think is somewhat of like a comeback run to the game? Timbersaw is really the only damage now.
You gotta kill Dawnbreaker. I know how silly that sounds, but the Shackle Shot damage from Timbersaw combo there was perfect. They could have killed Sebas and I believe even the Slade on the Snapfire, but the Solar Guardian came in, and then La Heal plus the Greaves were more than enough to turn the teamfight around. If you can do the same thing but maybe catch Jakiro plus ZPP and then kill them, that might be a good one. Again, I'm just gonna say, this Hoodwink does a lot of damage, and you'll see now him with the Timbersaw break as well. If it connects with the Sharpshooter, the pipe is there, but they don't have enough lock right now. I said you need the Windranger for the Shackle Shot for that, right? So you need your 2 damage dealers, so the Timber and the Hoodwink, and the Windranger for the setup, and Dorai just does Dorai things, which is die.
Well, at least he's trying to push our lane still and trying to be active, trying to defend, but how much do you have left in the tank? He has AC on Prank when they finish already. Well, full right click. Haven't seen that in forever.
Lightbeer, Bushwhack, Acorn Shot, nice. Getting Dynamo to below half HP. He does not have the Aegis of Immortality. And that's going to be enough to deter them from continuing the push.
Time to go back, time to leave some life, then we'll see if they plan to stick around the area or just forfeit it. But you probably want to use that ward to find another couple of kills if possible.
I'm gonna be honest, when did Windranger die? She just respawned. She just respawned.
Good question, I didn't even catch it either.
Huh. Well, the smoke criminals from Ecuador.
Wind, you know?
Yeah, oh, that's funny. That is funny. Sebas is about 2,000 gold away from having the full Aghanim Scepter completed. He is blinking on top of the very high ground in the Dire Triangle with a shield rune. He doesn't care. Knows there's no way they can get on top of him and kill him before he rolls out of there. As they're actually melting through Ryu. So the main damage dealer just gets completely annihilated by Dynamo and Slade. 36 to 16, 20 kill difference. And now they got the Dawnbreaker. That's what I've been wanting to see. But can they get her before she uses Solar Guardian? Yes, they can.
Wow, I didn't expect to have enough damage there, but of course Windranger is one of the strongest single target DPSs. Losing a Rexford though.
They're trying to fight, they're popping Noxious Plague, the BKB gets used for 4-3-3, but Dorai dies yet again, and this Pangolier is just chilling, man. They see him rolling, they hating, and now he's not rolling anymore, but what's the follow-up to kill Sebas? There isn't any.
There's none. And Dawnbreaker is back soon.
Oh, buyback from Dorai. Pops the Fiend Gates, wants to go behind and catch someone, but those are only Phantasm Illusions. They're gonna get the Jakiro with the Pit of Malice. Reason, the sole casualty to fall in this buyback attempt from Costa Rica. Ryu keeps on chasing Dynamo, has yet to find an Aegis from the Roshan, and I think Dynamo, nice dodge of the sharpshooter, turns around, wants to heal himself up. Kisses are coming in for the extra bit of damage. Nice armlet toggle and Lotus, and he stays alive. He gets out of there. What about Sebas? He's hasted. He can hide left, right, and center. And now Shuleta gets caught by Slade's glide near. Snapfire getting the work done. Finally cleaning up house. Level 18. Sebas also on the chase. Want to get the die back from the Undying. Dying? Underlord.
Same concept, really. They're still chasing, not gonna find anything. Oh, I say that, but Windranger's in trouble.
They're going for more. Sebas is unstoppable. Nothing can halt him. Maybe a shackle shot, but the cookie sends him even further. Now the Timber Saw gets thrown up in the air. The glide from the Hoodling's not enough, and Sebas is going even deeper with the Solar Guardian, and that's gonna be the third to kill. To fall 43, trying to get Dynamo Focus Fire, BKB, Windrun, and he's gonna finally slay the mega kill Chaos Knight. But Slade right now, look at the damage from the Lil Shredder. That is the massive Shredder, burning through all of the supports on the Dire side. Now Thorai trying to tank with the pipe. Ogre Seal Totem to back to safety, but Ecuador is just enjoying their time and their opponent's high ground.
Yeah, this is becoming a test of resilience. The back end again, yeah, kill him if you can. No vision though. Oh, he's going in furthermore. Jesus, his damage is insane. This right click Pango build. I mean, I know Echo Saber is very common, but the follow up to that. Nah, he shouldn't have damage to kill her, right?
I think he does. He does not.
He is super.
They had the damage, but does he have the escape? He's trying to juke around. Sebas trying to find something, and he will. No more buyback, no more HP for 433. They're still trying to get Reason. He's been so annoying with the Ice Paths, and now the Pit of Malice on top of Sebas. But what else is there to do? You just look at your teammates dying. Sebas is high-fiving, he's jumping, he's shield crashing in and out. As the Harpoon again, look at the right-click. Ryu has to Timber Chain outside of his own high ground, and now the CK is back to the party with the Phantasm. Ooh, good blink out.
Yeah, individually, Costa Rica isn't half bad, honestly.
No, they're very good.
Yeah, they seem very good individually, but the team cohesiveness just isn't quite there yet. And it's a big difference to the Radiant team.
But that is the luxury of playing in this America's A qualifier. There is a group stage that you have multiple opportunities to play. If you somehow get second place in group stage, then there's a second chance in the playoffs. So, unlike America's B, where you could very well be a one-and-done team, here, the more you play, the better you have time to become and improve.
Yeah, what do you think the cutoff point is? How many losses and wins?
I reckon a 0-2 loss. Probably if you lose 2 games 0-2, you're out. If you lose a game 0-2, a game 1-2, and you win a 2-0, you might be in for a tiebreaker second place.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, last Aegis has been claimed. I think it's go time trying to finish the game. Shiri, what are you doing there, No Man's Land?
Oh man, Slade is... I've been talking about Hoodwink having some farm, but Slade is right now out farming every single hero on the Dire side as Shuleta claims yet another death for his troubles. He is now 1-17.
1-17, yeah.
I don't know what's worse, a 1-17 Veno or a 3-12 Underlord?
Equally as bad. They actually killed the Dawnbreaker again.
Yeah, Rio does a lot of damage. They kill ZPP again. It's an inverted score. He's 1-17 and Sebas is 17-1, but he's gonna get an extra one now as he's going for that godlike with his level 25 Pangolier. Last time they didn't give him the Aegis and he got punished. This time around there's nothing to punish him with. Chaos Ball, to use Scepter to dodge Ryu. I don't think you have the tools to get out of their Timber Chain, but now the Orchid, it's gonna stop any other attempts. They have Venno actually coming in. Shuleta. Okay. I mean, hello?
Yeah, it's
Dyer's
not a whole lot they can do, unfortunately. Look at the
Hood
snapback
was-
too.
The
Suddenly,
Hood's cutting the wave, by the
Four.
way.
yeah, but they have a banner,
Dyer's top tower
which
is
means
under attack.
invulnerable creeps, which
Dyer's
means goodbye
tower
banner.
has fallen. Dyer's top tower has fallen.
They have one more set in mid, but the creeps are there. The catapults up top. It's gonna be now or never. And what can you do for this Aegis CK? Gleipnir coming in, trying to separate the targets. Now Sebas. It doesn't even matter. He takes no damage from 433, who just melts completely to the damage from the Dawnbreaker and the Pangolier. Now Timbersaw will be the one and only standing between Ecuador and their Game 1 victory. But in the end, even he falls as Ecuador claims it with 36,000 gold lead, as Costa Rica will now be looking at a reverse sweep if they want to defeat Ecuador.
Yeah, didn't. Well, I guess the early game didn't really reflect the state of the game very fairly, since they had like a 4-1 trade. But yeah, at least they showed they have some fighting spirit in them. The draft was less than desirable, let's put it that way. I don't know how they ended up with that abomination of a draft. That was brutal.
It felt like they prioritized some of the heroes that shouldn't have necessarily been prioritized there. And I'm gonna say it, Black. What did you think about my analysis? In the sense of course, Sebas on the Pangolier and Slade on the Snapfire in the end.
Yeah, I mean, Sebas is very legit. Now, after looking at the nickname, I also recognize the Snapfire. Fantastic players, both of them. Yeah. With the two of them, they might be looking to really top the group.
I think it's safe to say that even if losing to the United States, this is a lineup that has the potential to qualify second in this Americas A region, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
But again, you know, let's not jinx them. We know how often players have an off day, an off game, an off moment, and if you have the off moment in an inopportune moment, you could get punished with this format, of course. But Game 1 wasn't quite the case, as Costa Rica played very, very good Dota. Hopefully they can rethink their tactical approach when it comes to draft for Game 2 and come back in with something a bit more cohesive.
Yeah, they have a lot of drafting work to do. I actually, as I said, think the gameplay was fine. With what they had, they did relatively well. If the draft is more even, maybe they actually have a realistic chance. I mean, Sebas is pretty beast mode though, so you probably gotta counter him in the lane somehow. Oh, that's why they picked Venno, because he's level 30 on it. It's just like a Venno monster. How do you get level 30 on Venno, man? Like, how much do you hate yourself?
A lot. I reckon you gotta hate yourself a lot to get to that point, Black. It's a funny, good question though. There's nothing else you could do. It's Venomancer. I told you he did what the hero does, which is go in and die. That's the nature of the hero. It's quite hard to see how it can bounce back, but at least it was a comfort pick that didn't feel really comfortable, did it?
Maybe he did. You know, maybe that's what happens every pub game. It's super used to it. He's like, I'm gonna go 118 again, run in, throw some noxious plagues, die. Oh, I'm back. You have a gale. Oh, I'm dead. You know,
Casual stuff. Well, let's see
Usual
how
stuff.
casual the rest of this best of 3 will be, as we're going to send it to a quick break, but we will return with the second and potential last game of the second series of the day. Welcome back to the IESF Americas qualifiers for Dota 2. I'm Waxen, joined by Black in the second series of today. It's Costa Rica, it's Ecuador, and the players are very keen on getting back on the server to see which one of them will be able to claim the second game. And before we talk about this, Black, I'm gonna throw a bit of a random one for you. Do you think we are gonna get a Dota 2 patch before the end of the summer?
What kind of patch?
Gameplay patch.
So just pure update based, like nerfs, buffs, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would say so, probably. I hope so, at least, because the meta, in my opinion at least, is getting to a point where it's very stale, and some change would be very much welcome, I think.
What would be like the top 3 changes you'd like to see?
You mean purely like any changes, or purely buffs and nerfs?
Whatever you want to see, let me know. Hit me up. Come on, Black.
Okay,
this is your chance. This is your love letter to Ice Frog right now.
Yeah, I want the Dota economy to be changed. For sure.
Wow.
I feel there's too many creeps on the map, and there's too much money on the map.
Okay.
Support should. I think stacking is OP, really OP. I think support shouldn't get experience and gold, not as much at least. Like it's crazy how much they're getting from carries just clearing the stacks.
Okay.
There's overall, I think there's too much gold on the map. That's why everyone's just getting super rich all the time. And it's gotten to the point where I think it's actually too much. Cause if even supports are running around with 2,000 health at minute 15, something's wrong. You know? Like.
Okay.
I know you're a support player, you're probably not very happy to hear this kind of stuff, but
you hate the supports, is that what you're telling me, Black?
I truly think the supports have kind of lost their identity. Like when you play support nowadays, do you feel like a support?
In the games I play, yeah, I do. But I understand where you're coming from. I think that there is an argument to be made for that. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that's wrong. But I didn't think about that one.
We're at an age in Dota, you can't go back. Like, you cannot go back. You could never remove the backpack, you could never remove a TP slot, you can't remove talents. Like, these kind of things, you just can't backtrack from there, you know?
Why not, though? Why? I think some of them could do. Like, we had, what was it, the fountain? Not the fountain, what was it called? The outpost that was healing you?
Or the outpost, yeah. But, I mean, that's not really like the same though, you know, it's not like a power creep kind of thing. Like it feels nice, it's like a nice QOL, but like imagine you remove the neutral item now. You have like minus 400 health and everyone be like, oh my god, I feel so much weaker now. I hate this, give me back my neutral item. I had like, I'm a support, now I only have 1,000 health instead of 1,500. I hate this game.
What neutral items gives you 500 health, bro? Let me know. I should pick that neutral item a bit more.
Alright, maybe not 500, but you know the apple? It gives you a lot of health.
The apple?
Yeah, the pupil's gift.
Oh, yeah. Well, what if you're a strength support?
That's pretty rare.
That is true. Well, though,
it can happen, but if you're a strength support, there's other stats items too.
I did remember what my play was. It wasn't Pangolier, so I'm letting you in some real cheese strats, guys. Okay, it's Chaos Knight actually. Chaos Knight support with the irrationality facet. It's you got a 50% chance basically, right, of applying break, disarm, or nothing on a hero. Nothing means you don't do anything, but then if you get a break and you're playing versus the likes of PA, I've done it. Mwah! Chef's kiss. No? He's not a believer, guys. Sorry.
Wait. Reality Rift has an equal chance of applying break, disarm, or nothing for 50% of the base debuff duration in additional. So that is 3 seconds, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I actually don't even think it has to be a support necessarily.
Yeah, well, if you play CK core without Phantasmagoria, you're like kind of griefing, you know? Phantasmagoria is a strong.
What's the percentage on that?
On what?
5 seconds
The
remaining.
damage reduction.
70%, I think? Something like that.
Ah, it's kind of ridiculous then. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also a pretty lame facet. They should remove that for sure.
Hey, I mean, it's in the game now. I can only do what it's in the game. And you know what Ecuador is doing, because something else is in the game. They are stealing the Underlord Black.
Underlord Rubik is insane,
Radiant
though.
team pick.
And we'll see how they perform with it. Because obviously Underlord has certain problems. Every time I've seen it on stream, literally every time I've seen it on stream, it didn't do anything.
Dire team.
Okay, gyrocopter.
I like this. I like this a lot from Costa Rica. Gyro clock sanking. This is not a bad start at all. Definitely changing things up, which I mean was definitely needed after that game
10
one.
seconds remain. Dire team
That game one, and now Ecuador is gonna go back for the Jakiro. 5 games in a row, back to 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 back. Jakiro every single game.
Yeah, it's a hero you're not gonna ban, right? You don't want to waste a ban for Jakiro.
10
Screw that
seconds
two-headed
remaining.
dragon.
But it's not a great hero into the 3 on Costa Rica,
5
both
seconds
sanking
remaining.
and clock-like, killing it, and then you get a homing missile, like a few flak cannons, and then the Jakiro just dies. It's a pretty good from Costa Rica way of dealing with him.
Team pick.
But the Dragon Knight, we've seen it banned 3 games in a row in the first series. Last time it was untouched. Now Ecuador are gonna take it. So look at the lane pushing from Ecuador. Fadeball, Firestorm, Jakiro with all his spells, the cleave from the
10
Dragon
seconds
Knight. All these creeps will stand no chance.
5
Well, I
seconds
do
remaining.
surely hope that it's a Rubik mid, personally. And we get another support, but it's probably
it's
gonna
not-
be last pick mid. So
It's not gonna be a Rubik mid now. I can I'm like fairly positive.
yeah, me too. But I want it to happen.
We've seen a Rubik Clockwork matchup earlier today, and the Rubik was doing great work with the stolen cogs. Of course, that is going to be available here yet again. So, interesting to see how Costa Rica will deal with that, or, you know, how good, I assume, Slade will be under this Rubik. We could be seeing a Dragon Knight mid. I am fairly confident Sebas played this before 736 quite a fair bit. I think he was one of these heroes that was just players that would play Pango DK mid, not every single game, but a lot of the games, right? So maybe that's something they're also considering. They could go DK and a different carry, right? That's not that uncommon
At your
either.
service.
As Costa Rica really seemed to believe in their Wind Ranger for one reason or another. Was that a gyro support then?
That has to be carry with the offline sanking.
Oh, and Wind
10
Ranger mid.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Dire team back.
I guess Wind Ranger could also go off lane.
Yeah.
Dire team back.
There's a bit of overlap here with the Costa Rica's heroes. I mean, it was looking good until the Wind Ranger. Now I'm not so sure, especially into Dragon Knight. You pop Wind Run, you get Dragon Tailed, and then you're stunned forever until your Wind Run runs out.
10 seconds remaining.
And then you're dead.
Yeah.
5
I mean, it felt a bit of a
remaining.
desperation pick for Costa Rica as they were running very low on reserve time, so they just picked anything. And now CKTA banned versus Timbersaw Invoker. Ecuador with the Timbersaw Respect ban. I think Timbersaw was really good for Costa Rica in game 1, and it would have a field day versus Underlord Dragon Knight, 2 very beefy cores.
10 seconds remaining.
What are they planning to pick here on Costa Rica side to salvage the draft? There's
Necro?
2 seconds.
Beastmaster! There we go, baby!
Why did it take so long, man?
We've been here for 5 matches, 5 maps black, and Beastmaster is gonna be second to last pick. That's incredible. And I would like to ask how good of a Beastmaster game is, but the hero is S tier in this patch, right? So I assume pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Jakiro historically does really well against him in lane. But that's all, as I said, history, without the cheap axes and everything. Okay, Ember Spirit for Sebas, probably. Yep, there we go. Carry
Safe
DK.
laner.
It's a huge shield, damn.
I think... I'm gonna say this. I think Dragon Knight is quite a good counter to Beastmaster, actually.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
But then again, once you have the drums up, you also eat Dragon Knight.
And how do you feel about this Sanking Ember Spirit matchup in mid? Oh, it's a support Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
Oh. It's not bad.
Wait, it's the mid Sanking, right?
Yeah. So it's
We've seen it
mid
before.
Sanking versus Ember. Sanking Ember.
Yeah, we've seen it before. We'll see if the Sanking does better this time or not.
Yeah, because we talked about the fact that it should do very, very well, but it just didn't. Okay.
Overall,
You know what,
I
Black?
drafted up better for Costa Rica.
I'm taking Costa Rica too. That's what I was about to say. I'm taking them. You know what? I'm going versus Slade and Sebas, although they're playing 2 of their comfort heroes in the DK, in the Ember and Rubik. ZPP didn't impress me that much on the Dawnbreaker. I don't think Underlord plays much different to Dawn either. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I hope we're getting a game 3.
And I'll be the realist and say we won't.
You just said you liked your draft. Come on, man.
I do, but I think Ecuador is just too good.
That is a good point. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, like I actually just think individually they're a little bit too good, especially their star players.
Well,
But I might be wrong.
if you are here late at night in the European time, but quite early, I would say, well, afternoon for Americas, let us know in the chat if you think Costa Rica will be taking this game to take us to a game 3, or if it's going to be Ecuador continuing their impressive performance and taking it over the finish line.
That's a question to be answered within, well, hopefully not the next 10 minutes, but a bit longer than that.
That would be a very anticlimactic way of finishing that this series. But who knows? Maybe Costa Rica can win in 10 minutes, right?
Oh, are they gonna get the first one again? No, not this time.
They're positioning themselves very well in the jungle as they could catch someone by surprise.
Easily, yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
It feels like they wanna, they wanna punish Ecuador for what? Sorry, I mean Ecuador doesn't want to get punished by the same thing they got caught with in game 1.
The battle begins.
No, you're very right.
Learning from their
game over was a
mistakes.
disaster. They died before heroes.
So is this going to be a Wind Ranger position 4? Is that it? Yeah. Clock seems to be heading bottom. So then you'll have a range melee top and a range melee bottom.
So, how are we looking? Okay, Gyrocopter. Okay, I think we both like the draft, right?
I'm 100%.
Yeah, so
Dire's
let's see if they have enough individual skill to match up to Ecuador or not.
I'm really wondering when it's going to be the moment when we're going to stop seeing this Jakiro. And as in, when our people are going to just ban it completely, because the hero has been doing such a great job today. He has won 3 of the 4 games he was played in. Oh, a bit of a disconnect. That's going to be very unfortunate. As actually hope Thorai, getting his hands on the Beastmaster, will actually manage to have a game, because last game on the Underlord he got punished time and time again.
Yeah, this time he has a pretty easy lane though. Like DK, Jakiro shouldn't be very scary at all, to be honest.
You would hope not. But DK is quite good, right? He has a... It's not... I'm just thinking, I think the cleave is kind of annoying to play against. And he is melee versus Jakiro, right? As soon as Jakiro is going to get the Liquid Frost at level 2, is going to get bullied out of the lane. And I don't think a support Wind Ranger can do that much to actually help you there.
Cleave is transformed into splash damage, adding the bonus damage percentage while in Elder Dragon form. Does it mean you have 50% cleave or splash in dragon form, or 110%?
Both? You get both. So I guess 110. I think so.
Because it says cleave is transformed into splash damage, and then adding the bonus. Okay.
No. It's just splash. So it's 50.
Are you sure?
Yeah. 50 is still incredible. I think that's more than Battle Fury anyway.
Yeah, but it says cleave is transformed into splash damage.
Yeah, so it's transformed. It's not added. Right, like all the cleave damage that he has, which is about 60%, instead of 60% cleave, you get 50% splash.
But then it says adding the bonus damage percentage.
Yes, but not the cleave. Does
Yeah,
that
but
make
the cleave
sense?
is transformed initially. So the cleave should be 60% splash, and then you add the bonus damage percentage while in dragon form too. I don't know. So I'm gonna disconnect, and I'm gonna demo it, because the game is paused.
Fair enough.
I'm a sneaky boy like that.
Also, interestingly, we went for the Beastmaster facet. It's the Inner Beast, not the Wild Hunt. I didn't want to go for the faster attack speed. Went for a self-attack speed and damage amplification boost, which most certainly confirms he will be going for the Drums of Slum.
Yeah, so it's additive. It's 110% max.
Oh, no wonder everybody's playing this hero then.
Alright, let me try it with the Black Dragon. Yeah, the second target takes more damage than the first.
Has there been an update that I'm unaware of? This is the second gyro we get today that doesn't go for the afterburner and goes for the secondary strikes at the cooldown. Do you have any idea why that might be, Black?
I mean, it's just better fights early game, right? That's pretty much the only explanation. I guess they value the early game a little bit more. The other one's just movement speed during Rocket Barrage, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's quite good as well.
Of course, it's really good. But we see some people not even skill Rocket Barrage and just go Rocket Flak.
Well, I think that's why, because you don't scale it if you don't get the other facet.
Yeah.
Does it burn like too much of your mana, or I'm not quite sure exactly what the thought process could be there, but hey, at least we have Thorai back on the server. That means we will be resuming the action in just a moment. as we have yet to see any first blood, still minute 1, very early into this map. Everybody gives us the G's, and we are underway already.
We're G'ing into the game.
That was a nice deny from Shiri onto the board, not allowing Reason to claim that last hit. He's, my god, the Breathfire of the DK is such a long range.
Hell yeah, brother. That's how it has to be. I mean, dragons historically are insanely powerful, right?
Yeah, but he's a Dragon Knight.
Yeah, but he's a knight bathed in dragon blood. Or did he drink dragon blood? What's the story behind the DK again?
Have you watched the Dota anime, Black?
No.
Go watch it and then you'll know your answer. Hashtag not sponsored.
You could just tell me.
It's kind of complicated, but not really. I think it's a good watch. You like anime.
I do.
Yeah, and you don't hate Dota, so go watch it. It will take you like a couple of hours. It's like 2 seasons, 3 seasons of like 6 episodes, something. It's quick.
Okay, gotcha. Did the anime like finish?
Who do I look like? Do you think I work for Netflix?
Did it have a proper ending?
Yes, but no. I don't remember, bro. It was like 2 years ago. What do you mean?
Memory? Hello? It's okay, I don't judge.
It wasn't that memorable, okay?
Okay. I didn't say it.
But, and I know the community, if anybody actually like has watched this, will get on my back for this. I think the Dota anime was much better than the League of Legends anime, and that one apparently got critical acclaim and stuff. So I'm just saying.
Well, it also depends on the POV, right? Because I've heard the opposite from a lot of people.
What did you hear?
That League anime is better.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but not me. I'm just saying.
Oh, he's the cool guy.
Through and through. Hashtag Gaben call me.
Right now.
No, please, no. I'm in the middle of this very patient early game, by the way, from both sides. And I think if you're Costa Rica, that's kind of what you want to do. Because I feel like, in theory, you should have the upper hand throughout the mid to late game.
That's a good question. I really don't know how strong DK is like in the mega late game. Well, Jericho is not very strong if he's dead. And Shuletta might be falling soon. South? Nice.
And that's the reason you go for Afterburner, because you get Afterburner, especially as he's maxing out Rocket Barrage, and then it's way harder for anybody to get on top of you. Speaking of getting on top of you, Ryu just goes to meet his death at the hands of Sebas.
He got handled, I think is the right term. I mean, Sebas is a beast. Hard to go up against him.
Shiri could get the skill onto Reason if he had another power shot available, but I think it wasn't cooldown and the mana not quite there either. As Ecuador right now, I'm more than happy to get a couple of kills. It's going to be the third one as Slade claims it down bottom. And, well, it was a quiet start, but, oh, wow. That went over the cliff, not on the cliff. Slade, the Grand Magus powers are very strong on this one.
He's even more powerful than he knew himself. Yeah. I'm a little confused because Sand King skilled his, like, chose his Sandstorm faster, but he didn't skill any levels in Sandstorm.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, I'm also confused because we don't get Afterburner in his maxing out Rocket Barrage down bottom.
That is indeed very interesting. Esteban makes his rotation top. Goodbye to the beast.
He's level 6. What?
Mm-hmm.
6.5 now. And I gotta say, before dying there, Ryu had the lead. I mean, looking at last hits, he still has the lead in last hits. But, of course, now it's a double creep wave under the tower. Sebas will quickly offset that differential, and he's gonna have the phase boots. Do you suspect he's gonna go for an Orb of Corrosion build or Mage Slayer, as we've seen previously today from someone else?
I think it will really depend on his own game. Like, Mage Slayer is much stronger when you have a great game, because you don't need the farming speed of the Maelstrom necessarily.
Okay.
So yeah, right now he looks to be having a really, really good game. So yeah, probably Mage Slayer is Sank being top.
We get a bit of an action down bottom, but ZPP is not going to die anytime soon. Reason finally gets caught, but he almost got Thor Eye in exchange for his life. The Beastmaster will be fine. I wonder how the stacking is looking like. Speaking of the stacking, this Ember Spirit of Sebas is wrapping around the tier 1 tower, and he's going to steal the Wisdom Rune. That's going to be a massive victory for Ecuador and a huge loss for Costa Rica. No! Shackle shot from Shiri! He might end up dying here, but I think that's definitely worth it. Not even.
I think Sebas, just like myself, didn't think that Shackle would latch him to anything, to be honest. It looked a little bit off. Our Shackle shot is always like
it's a
weird.
fun spell.
Yeah, because like perspective based as well.
I'm gonna say, by the way, this Underlord's been a great counter to Clockwork. Every time we have the expanded armature, hit of Mali's Firestorm and the clock dies. And speaking of people dying, Shiri... Shackle? No, okay, doesn't care. He would have fallen to the Flame Guard anyway, as Sebas has made this top part of the map his realm.
Yeah, he's playing... Oh, Amplified Damage Rune as well. He's playing very well around the Remnant. Like, he's putting a Remnant mid, runs top, ganks, Remnant back mid. Oh, no. Not getting him.
He's back to base?
That's a far TP.
And also, who's even gonna get the stacks here, right? Because you got 3 stack killers, and fine, Beast should be the priority, but this Sand King has kind of been, well, lost in mid. And now, oh, nice, trying to turn around. He wants to get a trade kill onto Slade. Well, 2 more right clicks should to get the job done. Oh, it's only 1, actually, sufficient damage. But now, Sebas continues the pursuit. They're tanking the tower. There's no TPs to come and help him. Ryu will fall. Where is the rest of my team? Well, Gyro doesn't have the mana. Beast doesn't want to come. And Clock is level 2, 3? I don't even know.
Almost 5.
Easy. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Easy.
Yeah, not bad. DK has Armor queued up, okay, makes sense. Underlord is having a much better game than the one in the last game did. And Sebas going for that mage that we spoke about. Makes perfect sense.
I'm just looking a little bit at this group's right, Black. And I'm wondering, because there's no lower bracket after you go past playoffs, by the way. So if you get first place, let's say you are Ecuador here, right? And you get first place in your group, and United States somehow loses one too many maps or a series to someone, you could be unfortunate to face them. As unfortunate as Thorai and Shleta are bottom, tanking a lot of the Macropyre damage, but they're gonna get ZPP in exchange. The Rubik is also there. Slade trying to get on top of 4-3-3. Is the Gyro gonna win the duel here? He's not. As Slade gets the double kill, it's 2 for 2, but Slade wants to go for more. They're actually gonna deny themselves to the Roshan so that Slade doesn't get any more kills. That is phenomenal. Meanwhile, Sebas in mid is putting pressure onto Ryu, who will most likely fall yet again. Actually, Burrow Strike available. There's a Shackle shot on bottom. Slade gets the kill steal. Not
he's
steal.
going for the combo. Ooh, nice cogs.
You know what's not nice? The fact that Dynamo is a level 9 Dragonite stealing Beastmaster's stacks.
Yeah. Oh, he took the ancient stack too?
Yeah, that's the first he took. I don't think there was a stack at the actual camp, but the ancient one, yeah.
Oh no. Well, that's terrible news. Well, this is still a stack on the left side, Copium.
I was asking who's gonna take the stacks, the Gyro, the Sanking, or the Beastmaster. I didn't even think of the Dragon Knight. Shuleta dies again.
And Ryu is also dead. This game is looking even rougher than the first one.
It's fine, Black. It's gonna be a level 9. He's gonna get a point in Sandstorm. That's why he took the Facet. Come on.
Yeah, I'm really confused about this.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It's basically your best spell. And the Rubik has the same net as the Sand King.
Do you even, like, do you really need the Burrow Strike when you're... Because I think Sandstorm and Stinger are really good to punish the Ember in mid. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely don't need level 4 in it.
I guess he wanted to become active because his first couple of levels went really well, so he thought he might use it to go and gank side lanes, but after that death at the minute 4, it kind of all fell down for him. And look at Slade, man. This Rubik has 30 last hits, and just if we take a quick look at net worth, he's actually out farming the mid lane Sanking and is only 150 gold away of the Beastmaster.
Yeah, his net worth is insane. Oh, they finally got a kill back. Only the Kiro.
And now Ember's here. And the Dragon Knight, and they're getting them all, and this is a statement from Ecuador.
Yeah, this game is looking pretty rough. It's not over yet, of course. There's always more Dota to be played, but...
It's not over yet. Oh, 4-3-3 gets called by Sebas. Shuleta can't do anything on the clockwork, and we often talk about national pride, right? I think Team Bulgaria were a hell of a testament to that in the European qualifiers, as they would never give up. They would never call it quits. Represent their country until the very, very end. And I hope Costa Rica has the same mentality, but it also must hurt in the sense of, I assume a lot of these young players are very confident in their skills, and when you get shut down in such a fashion, instead of continuing to take it, it's probably better for your mental to just call it and reset later today and tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely shouldn't play games that you think are
hopeless. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in this game, there's probably still a chance for a comeback.
Black, look at the net worth. No, it's not.
But they don't know that. They don't know that.
Okay, no, that is true. That is true. What is Rubik? What's Rubik's items like? Let's see. Rubik has got a 4-staff.
Maybe if they look at the Rubik, they know that.
Yeah. And of course, it's been like a year now since you can click on your opponents even if you don't see them on the map anymore. By the way, what do you?
Yeah.
So you think it's actually busted? You don't think it's a quality of life or quality of death? I mean, as we see of death for Torai again.
It's basically cheating, right? Like, it used to be an actual player skill that you needed to click on heroes while you're farming and doing things around the map. Now it's just you do it whenever you want to.
My biggest problem I've noticed with this change is the fact that there are still so many players that are not aware of it. And I'm like, guys, just click and you'll find out.
Now, who's going to teach him?
Us, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a big problem in Dota, right? Like, you don't really learn unless you really put in a lot of time and effort. I don't know, 10 KD, we just spoke about it like half a minute ago.
18-5.
Look at the DK's farm, man.
This is one of the reasons we've seen him banned out completely by Argentina and Brazil in the first series of the day. Shuleta Hey, oh, that felt like a meat hook, not like a hook shot, because he turned into meat as soon as he shot at the opponents.
Okay, I like that.
Dynamo doesn't want to waste any more time. He's done for.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of clarify what I meant before, why is it DK running around with 3000 HP having a 16?
No, it's because it's just Dragonite things.
Do you know how much that is? 3000? That's 50% more than 2000. Or they gotta kill a solo kill.
Well, I can give you a little bit of. I can give you a bit of an update of what's happening off stream as Storai dies, sadly again. This time at the hands of Sebas, who is godlike third time this series. I don't even know. It's only game 2, and he's an absolute menace. Oh, they're catching Ryu off guard again. Shira is coming close. So off stream, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of an update. We have Colombia defeated Panama in the same group as the two teams right now. So this is shaping up to be quite nicely, potentially black. And Ecuador, Colombia, top 2 in Group A. Of course, still plenty of games to still be played, but yeah, this is what's happening.
I haven't seen America yet. They are gonna be...
They're on Group B. They're in Group B.
Oh, Group B. Okay, gotcha.
So this is America's Pool A that has 2 different groups. So this is Group A of Pool A, if it makes any sense.
Right, yeah, I got it. Pretty much like the other one, stun onto the DK, shackles onto the DK.
Onto the DK?
Not even needed. Sorry, onto the gyro, of course.
Come on, Mr. Reitmer.
Group train.
It's the party bus! And the hook shot coming in, landing onto 4 heroes in the end. Sadly, Shuleta is too underfarmed to do any damage there. But it looked cool.
You mean meat hook?
Yeah, of course. Shiri is getting soloed by Slade, who's level 14 with a stolen. What are we calling that? Hook? Again, a meat hook? Okay.
Well, they're dying everywhere.
There is an Aghanim Scepter completed on the gyro. Hey ho.
Yeah, this is probably where you call the game to prevent any further damage.
Slade has a higher level than ZPP on the Undying Underlord.
Yeah, I mean, this Rubik is massive.
Yeah, Slade's had 2 back-to-back great performances. Look at the scoreboard for a second. 10-1 and 9 on the Rubik, 10-0 and 8, perfect, flawless for Sebas, 5-0 and 3 for the Dragon Knight. This is the Ecuador I was hoping to see in this tournament. Honestly, I told you, for me, they are probably one of the big contenders of this qualifier, actually. And we see probably the last hurrah attempt. We have a roar, and look at the wraparound from Dynamo. The shackle shot coming in. The epicenter does get popped, but the damage does not seem to be sufficient as they're all just falling. It's Shiri, last man standing. GG's get called, and Ecuador do it in 2 under 20 minutes for the second game, 32-6. They come in hot with a statement and a victory over Costa.
Yeah, finally Wake after game 1. Although game 1 also started in a really scuffed way where they lost 4 heroes and 3 bounty runes. And it is a much better team. It has to be said, the draft is much better. Their skill is much higher. You're right, they're looking like they might be the best team in this whole qualifier.
Of course, it's still early days, like you mentioned. We have yet to see NA, but there's a lot of stuff for us until we can come to those conclusions. And who knows, even if they make it out of the groups today or tomorrow, the third day, if they sidestep and they lose that one single series in the playoffs, they could not make it. And I think that would be quite tragic, because when you have players such as Slade, such as Sebas, it would be great to have them on LAN later on in November.
Yeah, it would be very, very nice to have players of Sebas' caliber, because obviously he's already, well, not super established, but he's like on the verge.
Yeah.
This tournament, the general performance could be that little jumping ball that he needs to get like into the really top team.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, we are very, very close to the end of the season. I believe the World Esports Championships will be taking place at the beginning of next season, right, in November, after just a month or so after the new 2024-2025 season begins. So, right now, this might be his very last opportunity to play on the big stage and actually perform to impress some teams that might be looking for new additions come the end of the year.
Yeah, it's pretty much a perfect time frame. And if he plays like this, and obviously the enemies will be a lot better too.
Of course.
Especially the European ones, the ones who always hype up China. China is scary. But it will be fun for him too, you know? He'll have a lot of really great enemies to play against, test himself, see how far he's come.
Looking at the scores again, man. He had a total, I believe, of 35 kills, I want to say, in these 2 games. 13 plus 21, okay, 34. 34, I'm not sure how many kills he had in game 1, but that's impressive from Sebas. And it's definitely going to be one of the players that I assume both Panama and Colombia will have to look towards and figure out what are we going to do to shut him down if we want to stand the chance of topping Group A. As right now, Ecuador is going to fall down with 0-1 in this Group A. Sorry, not Costa Rica. And there's still time for them. With 2 victories over Colombia and Panama, they could make it out of the groups in second place, and then, of course, face the first place from Group B. It's going to be quite interesting to see if they can make it happen, because like you mentioned, game 2, maybe not so much. Maybe the mental was a bit down after that very, very back and forth game 1. But they played well game 1 with a questionable draft. Game 2, they came in with a draft, but they felt out of the server from the get-go.
Yeah, they got outplayed in pretty much every aspect. And when it happens in Dota, even if you just lose 2 lanes, the game becomes incredibly hard to play already. Losing all 3 makes it almost impossible.
19 minutes and 27 seconds. That is the fastest game we had today. Question, Black, do you how do you measure a Dota game? Do you think it ends the moment the Ancient falls, or is it the moment where someone calls GG, which is obviously 10 seconds early?
I think GG, because basically no one is playing anymore at that point, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully not.
Well, there were times, but then obviously, you know, you get DQ'd for doing this kind of shenanigans. You gotta be an honest sportsman. If you say
fair
GG,
play,
it's over, you know?
Yeah, you gotta be fair play. That's the way to go, right? Otherwise, you get treated as the way cheaters should be treated, which is, of course, you're being punished. You're being a naughty player. Did you ever call GG by mistake, Black? Like, you know, you got ping as GG, like you throw it in pubs to tilt your opponents and you throw it out in a pro game?
No.
No.
In pro games, the only time I alt chat is to talk to like friends.
Okay.
But I wouldn't like I never did this like tipping thing or taunting thing or anything like that. Nah.
Nice man, Black. Nice man.
It's just annoying, you know. Like I feel like it doesn't really get to people as much as others think it does. It's just annoying, you know. Which again,
oh, that makes sense.
I'm all about annoying people, you know me. But in
that's what I'm asking.
In a professional setting, you want to be a little nicer, you know. Like we're all there to compete. We're all there to try to play our best. We don't need these, you know, these distraction mind games.
Makes
I want
sense.
to beat you at your best. I don't want to have you be beaten by your own mental state. If that makes sense.
Well, let's see if this is going to be the mentality that the final 2 teams of the day will have for us in about half an hour when we return with the third and final best of 3 of the day. It's the main event of today. It's going to be the United States of America versus Guatemala. I'll see you there.